The ancient well town. Deep in the heart of southern China lies a little-known settlement called Gujing Town, the ancient well town. Small and quiet, it is named after a bottomless well in its center. Legend has it that the well is a gateway to the underworld, and every year during the 7th lunar month, strange cries echo from its depths. The elders always warn, never approach the well at night. But there are always those who don't believe. One homecoming. Lin Ze, a young journalist famous for chasing paranormal stories, one day received an anonymous letter. It contained only a single sentence. "Come to Gujing Town, you will find the real story." Intrigued, he traveled to the town. By the time he arrived, dusk had fallen. The settlement was eerily silent, almost devoid of young people. At the center stood the well, surrounded by weathered wooden plaques carved with countless names. When the townsfolk saw Lin Ze, they all gave the same warning. "Stranger, never go near the well at night." 2. The voices of the well. Lin Ze lodged in an old inn. At midnight, he was jolted awake by a low, sorrowful wailing. The sound was distant yet penetrating, like thousands of mournful souls weeping in unison. Following the sound, he reached the well. Under the pale moonlight, a thin white mist rose from its mouth, resembling countless hands reaching upward. Peering inside, he saw wet shadows crawling along the stone walls. Then, reflected in the water, appeared a figure, his own face, but twisted into a grotesque grin. Heart racing, Lin Ze staggered back in horror. 3. The Old Chronicle. The next day, he sought out the oldest villager and pressed him for answers. The elder sighed heavily and led him to the ancestral hall. Inside was a thick, dusty book titled The Chronicle of the Well Spirits. One passage read, "Within the well dwell vengeful souls, hidden by day and roaming at night. Every century, a human sacrifice must be offered, or the town shall be destroyed." Lin Ze trembled. "Are you saying the villagers really perform human sacrifice?" The elder avoided his eyes, refusing to answer. 4. The Midnight Ritual. That night, Lin Ze witnessed the townsfolk gathering around the well. Under the ghostly moonlight, they held paper effigies, incense, and livestock, chanting in strange voices. A cold wind blew. One by one, the paper figures fell into the well. The water churned, and the cries grew louder, a chorus of faces screaming within the mist. Lin Ze secretly took photos, but was quickly noticed. A villager's face darkened as he hissed, "Outsider, you should not have seen this." Every head turned toward him. Their eyes were hollow, their mouths curved in stiff, unnatural smiles. Lin Ze's blood froze. These people were no longer alive. 5. The World Below. He fled desperately, yet every path twisted back to the well, as though the town itself was a maze. The wailing intensified. Mist surged from the well, swallowing him whole. Darkness closed in, and he was dragged down. When he opened his eyes, he was in a colorless, gray world. The streets looked identical to Gujing Town, but everyone's skin was pale, their movements rigid, their eyes vacant. He realized with horror, these were the trapped souls, endlessly crying out. And among them, he saw himself. Another Lin Ze stood motionless in the crowd, smiling blankly. 6. The Truth. The curse was clear now. A century ago, Gujing Town had already fallen. The villagers' bodies remained above, but their souls were imprisoned within the well, condemned to cry forever. Any outsider who entered was claimed as the next sacrifice. Their souls dragged below, their flesh replaced by a soulless doppelganger. Lin Ze's body grew stiff. His fingers cracked, revealing pale, papery flesh beneath. He realized in terror, he was becoming one of them. In his final moment, countless hands rose from the depths, pulling him fully into the abyss. 7. The Town of No Return. At dawn, Gujing Town appeared calm once more. To passing travelers, it looked like any other sleepy village. The well stood silent in the square, and the wooden plaques bore a new name. Lin Ze. The townsfolk went on with their day, smiling faintly as though nothing had happened. Only at night did the cries return, rising from the depths of the well, mournful, endless. Some say it is the wailing of the dead. Others say it is a warning. Do not approach the well. But by the time you hear it, it is already too late.